Hey guys, it's Steph from Hot and Moving. So we got another Jake Paul update, and this time his business partner was it Nakisa Bidarian. Okay, really hyping up this potential fight with Antony Joshua and Jake Paul. Now, last time I talked about this, Eddie Hearn did not agree with Jake Paul's asking price of wanting $40 million to fight Antony Joshua. Okay, so this is what Paul's or CEO, Paul's business partner of MVP Promotions, has to say. He says, "I think the fight can absolutely happen." Bidarian told Sky Sports News, I'm looking at it as Jake versus Joshua, which is quite biblical and is quite impactful in many ways. I think size-wise, we can get comfortable with it, and I think experience-wise, Jake is learning very fast and growing. Joshua is a little longer than two, so it could be a very interesting matchup, and we're actively discussing it with Matchroom. Yeah, man, this fight is not, I mean, that's a lot of hyperbole. Biblical, I mean, it's biblical in the sense of you can make a lot of money. Okay, of course, Bidarian is going to want to have this fight knowing the amount of money that can be generated from this spectacle. Okay, I saw some quotes from earlier where he also thinks that Jake Paul is in a condition to fight Antony Joshua, and mentions that Antony Joshua has lost a couple times, bro. No, and long in the tooth for what, heavyweight standards? Sure, maybe. I mean, he's older, but Antony Joshua, still looks in great shape. Okay, and even a long in the tooth Antony Joshua could demolish Jake Paul, guys. I mean, this is not rocket science here, man. This is not theories. This is not, I mean, dude, first of all, Jake Paul is like, what, 6 feet? Maybe you can give him 6'2". I don't know. He looks more on the 6 feet side. Anthony Joshua 6'5", 6'6", guys. I mean, I don't see this. I don't see this being a real situation. I mean, of course they're going to talk about it being a real situation because of the amount of money that can be made from this, right? And of course, as a promoter and CEO of his company, MVP Promotions, and partner with Jake Paul, of course you're gonna push for this. Of course you're gonna blow Jake Paul up. You're gonna feed his ego and stuff like that. I mean, is Jake Paul? Jake Paul is a smart businessman. Okay, he's not a fool. But does he really think he has a shot with Anthony Joshua? I mean, if he does, he's entering territory of delusion. Now, if you're saying all the right things to hype it up, to act like you got a shot, now you got your business partner talking about how you've they said that Jake Paul has experience now, like he's ready to fight a heavyweight. So I'm like, what the hell? How he has not fought a guy even remotely on the level of Anthony Joshua. He hasn't. Okay, and then you're gonna jump to heavyweight and fight Anthony Joshua. Okay, like I know he's lost and stuff like that, but I mean, damn, the guy's like 24-4 or something like that. I don't know. Has a good record in heavyweight. Okay, heavyweight's tough. Hard to go undefeated in heavyweight. Hard to have a very unblemished resume like usage. You really got to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? But as far as this goes, fine. Just come out and say, you guys it shouldn't even be a sanctioned fight. Okay, and then on top of that too is like, if it is gonna be a sanctioned fight, do you want this loss to be embarrassing on Jake Paul? I mean, like Eddie Hearn said, I know, when Jake Paul, he shut down Jake Paul's asking price. I know it's like contract talk. It's just negotiation, money lingo. You know what I'm saying? But he did mention that this could be a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul, right? It has to be a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul, which is why that the fact it's a very dangerous fight, you want $40 million to get pancaked by Anthony Joshua, right? Or I've said it before, or you want this fight just to make money and float however many rounds, right? Get floated multiple rounds, pick and pop, oohs and ahs, let Jake get a couple, good swings here and there, what I'm saying, a couple of head bobs and shit, what I'm saying, like, that's not boxing. That's not boxing, right? So it's in my opinion, at this point, you can say it's biblical, because the amount of money you guys have been making, the numbers can, $40 million for Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua is a lot of money. A lot of money for how many rounds, right? What is the entertainment value you're getting for $40 million if it's not going to be a floated fight? Okay. And if it's a floated fight, then it's somewhat of a fixed fight, right? It's very disingenuous to the fans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, at this point, it's going to happen. Okay. Jake Paul is also, this reports that he's, want to fight, an MMA fighter. He wants to fight, or I think he's going to do an MMA match at some point. I mean, Jake Paul's all over the place. We know that, but for this Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul fight, it's just, I mean, this could be a very physically damaging fight for Jake Paul. They know that. So my theory is that this fight is going to happen at some point. This fight is going to look staged, fixed, kind of like the Mike Tyson fight. Okay. Now it'd be one thing if this fight happens and, Anthony Joshua makes work of him in 3 rounds at best. Right. But I don't see that happening. For that kind of money, you can't dispatch Jake Paul in 3 rounds. So this setup, I don't know why he decides to pick Anthony Joshua, because maybe does he feel like Anthony Joshua is a weaker of the heavyweights, that he feels he can handle him, right? I don't even think Jake Paul could beat Andy Ruiz, honestly. But you want to fight Jake Paul? Okay, I'm sorry, you want to fight Anthony Joshua? Okay. Oh man, y'all know what y'all think of all this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.